Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey man, Conrad, how you doing?
Man, better than I deserve. And yourself?
I'm doing great. I think based on what has happened over the past week or so, I think it's a great time to be a wrestling fan, and I think it's even better time to be out and about. I feel good now. I think everybody's starting to feel good, and I'm not talking necessarily physically. I'm talking about mentally, about our direction that we're in, and I hope it continues.
Man, I'm on fire after such a great weekend of wrestling fans. I think the MVP of your weekend was the crowd. And it was so
Mm.
cool to see them back, and it just made everything more exciting, and I'm ready for more, man. It's gonna be a fun summer.
It's going to be a great summer. We've got a lot of things going on. We made the big announcement, and I think we need to talk about it here about our low key big hog weekend. And that's exciting to be able to go back to Chicago. AEW is going to have the next pay per view after that, Full Gear in St. Louis. We've got going to go back. AEW is going to go back on the road beginning July 7th when we go to Miami, down at the Night Center, the great Night Center, home of the second Clash of the Champions. Tony Khan announced that, and I guess you and I have talked about this before, but Tony Khan announced that we're moving to TBS and going to have a second show. And I know this is all AEW related, so if you're not a fan of AEW, bear with me here for a second. And the fact that we're going to have four specials on TNT beginning in 2022, kind of like the old Clash of the Champions. Uh, got to meet Leo Rush for the first time and Mark Henry. How about that? That was a big announcement, wasn't it?
A huge announcement. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously he's a regular over on Busted Open, but
Right.
certainly a WWE Hall of Famer, made his own mark. And I grew a little curious as he kept posting pictures of him slimming down, and all of a sudden Tony Khan and everyone else from AEW was all over Busted Open. I thought,
Yeah.
but I have to admit, I sort of outsmarted myself. I just assumed when I saw that wild card or Joker in the big battle royal, I was like, well, that's the Mark Henry spot. And it turned out to be Leo Rush.
I
So
know.
how about that? Double
Yeah.
success.
That was a big surprise. A lot of those things are a surprise to me, and there's people out there, fans don't think that I'm in the know with everything, and I'm really not. I just I purposely try to not be because I like to be surprised too.
Sure.
So what happened earlier in the day was, or actually on Friday, I believe, maybe Friday or Saturday, one of the 2 days. It may have been Saturday that I'm walking backstage, and in a room I hear LaGreca's voice,
Mm.
and I went, "Shit, LaGreca's here." So I went
You
in
thought
and
we're being overtaken by the goons, by the goofs.
yeah, so I went in and I said, "Hey Dave." Oh, it was Saturday. I talked to him because I told him I said, "Hey Dave, I saw some signs talking about you in the crowd." He went, "No, really?" I said, "You piece of shit. You always plant those signs." He said, "No." I said, "Yes, you do." I said, "Good work." So then I saw him, and then on Sunday I see Mark Henry. And Mark and I have met before, so we chatted and everything, and so I'm just thinking they're going to tape some stuff for Busted Open. And then Tony told me, no, that he is going to be with us and you're going to introduce him. And we had a 5 minute interview that we were going to do, which had to be cut because the show was running long. And he just walked out, as people saw. And we did our interview on Dynamite the following Friday. And it's funny, man. Mark is. I said, uh, I went to the trailer, talked to him. I said, Mark, Tony told me what he wants us to say. Do you know what we're going to talk about? He said, I always know what I'm going to talk about. I said, you got it, buddy. I said, here's how I'm going to set you up. He said, okay, I got it. Then when he walked out, he kind of did, he kind of pointed to his watch. He was telling me, wrap it the fuck up because we're short on time. I went, you got it, man. He's a great guy, but he's an intimidating figure, buddy.
He is a massive human being
Yes, he is.
with big old hands and a big old head. And well,
Mm-hmm.
here's the deal. You just know when you meet Mark, you're like, you know, what happens next is sort of up to him.
Yes, exactly.
You know, anything, if he says, hey, we're doing this, we're going to be like that dog
Yeah.
in Christmas Vacation, Snots,
Yeah.
right? It's better if you just let him finish. So it's like, you know what? We're just going to do what Mr. Henry says.
Right.
So, okay. Now, that being said, he's still a cheater. And he still had the fix. Him and LaGreca, they conspired to screw me out of the chair dance competition last year. But, you know, that's another story for another day. While we're here, by the way, it's not to talk about AEW or chair dance competitions or conspiracies or Mark Henry or that nothing happening Al Del Greco.
Hey, how about the Young Bucks match? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see Nick Jackson doing a Macho Man?
Yes.
Oh, God. I saw it and I wanted to react to it, but Don Callis and his bullshit and all of them, they were talking. And by the time I could get a word in, it was all gone. But I went and told Nick, I said, that was a Macho Man you were doing, right? He said, oh, yeah. I said, you fuck. I have so much fun with those guys, man. God, I really, really do. I remember you're the first one that ever told me about the Young Bucks. You know that? Yeah. I'd never heard of them. And obviously that's because I'd been away from wrestling and just didn't, you know, follow the scene. And you told me about the Meltzer driver. And I went, what? They're naming a move after Dave Meltzer? What the fuck? And then I met him and I'm thinking, man, these are two of the greatest guys ever. I just absolutely love them. And they don't disappoint, man. They always give you their best effort out there.
Yeah. They
always do.
They're a big reason or big part of the reason that AEW even exists, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm having a lot of fun with Don Callis too, or Don Calais, as I first called him.
You should keep going with that, Calais.
Yeah. I should call him that on the air.
I'll be honest. You said it with such, conviction. But the first time you said it, I thought, fuck, have I been pronouncing it wrong this whole time? I mean, that's how you know you're in the presence of a professional broadcaster.
Oh, shit.
I'm being sincere because when you said it, I was like, man, for like 20 years, I've been calling him Don Callis.
Yeah.
What if I did it wrong? Fuck. I think I even called him Mr. Callis to his face, and his name's Calais. I'm so embarrassed.
I have a lot of fun with him. I think he's a hell of an announcer. I think he'd be a great color guy. He just knows, you know, and I know he's done plenty of it.
Hey, you should share that. Go when we hang up, call Taz and just repeat everything you just said. Just say it just in a loud, clear voice to him. That'd be good.
Yeah, you should have been there for the reaction when Mark Henry was in the building.
Oh my God. Oh God, I cannot wait.
You go do what? That's what I've been told, Pete. That's what I've been told. God damn it. I mean, he is like, oh man, he's the gift that keeps on giving.
I love him.
I do too. He's a gift that keeps on giving. I mean, when we're all back in the announcer room, it's me and Justin Roberts and Excalibur.
He's Taz Costanza. It was in front of us the whole time.
Absolutely.
Taz Costanza. He might even be Jerry's dad, though. I could see him yelling, "Serenity now!" God, I just love Taz.
Yeah. His son, who is a wonderful kid. He's so wonderful. Such a nice, polite young man.
You wonder, how is he related to Taz?
Exactly. He came in and he always comes in and Tad's sitting there in his corner and he starts talking. I get up and I give him a chair. And he said, "What's that for?" I said, "Because you know your dad better than me. You're not going to be able to talk to him for like 2 minutes. It's going to be a 10-minute conversation." I said, "You better sit down." And Taz said, "Get the fuck out of here," or something like that. I come back 20 minutes later. He's standing there talking to his dad.
Yeah.
I said, "Told you." And you don't talk to him. It's a monologue, which is, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It is about that time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Gutter Championship of the World. And here it comes to the ring is the challenger, Conrad Thompson. He's making his way to the ring. And now here's the music. And here comes the Gutter Champ. That's also Conrad Thompson. It's Conrad Thompson against Conrad Thompson, and the winner is in the gutter. We'll see you next week on What Happened When. We come to you each and every week on Cumulus, but on Mondays, we come to you on
Patron, patreon.com/WHW Monday. And of course, adfreeshows.com.